Morning, everyone. We had a nice little rainstorm come in last night, hence all the fog that's hanging around. But it was a real warm night at 55 with rain that come in about 2 to 4 o'clock. So anytime before that should have been good for critters to be moving. We're going to do some checks and see what we got. We got one on the first line we're checking. We got an old possum over here. I done dispatched him out, but not a big guy, but he'll do. We'll get moved on to the next and see what else we got for the day. I figured I'd show the remake on the set. So there's a game trail right on that side of the fence that runs underneath that tree line. Everything walks right down through there, down that trail. I've got it where they come through here. I've got it fenced off right here. There's the trap remade, and I've got a bait hole set right there. I'm gonna put some dog food in here in just a second, but it's nothing fancy. It's just possums and raccoons and stuff, mainly possums. I've caught probably close to 10 possums off this one spot here. But just something to help get rid of the critters eating quail and turkey eggs. So we'll move on to the next one. Other side of my place over here, got a box trap I made up. I got a 220 the other day after I took some stuff from the fur buyer. Made me a box up for it, so we'll pull over here and we'll see what's going on at this box and see if anything's taken the bait yet. Everything loves a little can of tuna. Stay tuned. No takers last night. Still set, the bait's still in the back, so we're set right off of the small game trail that runs right down through those little briar bushes and a few other things. So caught a bobcat right over here last year on a set, so we got chances for coon or raccoon or bobcat. We'll see what makes its way into that box first, but nothing today. We'll go check it out and get down here to the low spot. Nice little bridge over there. There's a creek over here. I've got some dog proofs and a live trap set on it. I cut it at 1.5. So trial traps over there by those pine trees and shorts. So we'll check the dog proofs and 1.5 first and the live trap and see if we got anything. If we don't, we'll maybe do some moving this morning before I go to work. So we will step off in here and see what we got. Let's make our way off here. See if we got anything good down here this morning. Hopefully we got another coon or two. It's been kind of dry down here. I hadn't had nothing in a few days. There's a hawk flying around up there. I'll tell you right now, that one's empty. Nothing got in that little fellow last night, so we'll be moving that one, resetting it. Trying to find a better spot for it. Let's see what else we got going on this morning. Whoa, that mud's slicking shit with that little rain we got. Guess I need to be a little more careful. Can't just run down through here like I used to the other day. My fancy little bridge I've got here. I've got a 1.5 tied off to that tree there. It's been set there. It's been set off twice, but by a deer. And it doesn't look like anything moseyed up through here last night. I don't see any fresh tracks of anything. So we'll go on down the line. Nothing on that dog proof up there either. Caught a few things here. For some reason it's all tore up. A couple possums, a couple coon. Go across my other bridge here. Not the most ideal, but get you from A to B. Let's go on down here. See if we got anything. There's quite the big dog or coyote running around down here. this area. But there's definitely some oyster raccoon here too. You can see that one track there. Big old, probably boar coon. And they didn't take my bait. I had one I caught right here. I had it tied off to right there, and it's the only one that would take the bait on that spot there, so I moved it on down a little bit. Moved it down here to where everything's kind of crossing. Everything's pretty well crossing right here. They're crossing right up here under this branch, so I moved that dog proof there. But I can still see bait in it. So nothing got in it. Let's make our way on around down here. Had one set up on that trail up there. Of course, coons and bobcats will run up and down that tree, side of the bank there. But we didn't get no activity. All that dirt stirred up was from me. Not having much luck today besides a possum, it looks like. I've got a couple more traps to check, excuse me. But not looking too good so far this morning. So something was here last night. That's fresh pawed up dirt. 1.5 is sitting right there. Kind of got it fenced off with some rocks. Looks like probably a deer. That's what came through here. Now, no telling, but it stepped real close. It stepped right there, and the trap's right here. So whatever it was, can't tell by the prints real good. We missed it by just a little bit. Looks like it may have been a coon from the claw marks right here, smaller one. But we missed it last night. It's all right. They'll be back through, so let's go check our live trap. If he went up and over, he may have hit the live trap on the other side. There's a little washout here. There used to be a bunch of beaver in it years ago. Too bad they're not in there now, because I would definitely be after them. But it's pretty dried up. It's been real dry around here all year here in Oklahoma. And there was something dug in my hole there last night on my little crossing where I step up here. Probably a field rat or mouse found him somewhere to get out of the weather last night. See, it's a good little washout here, and that 1.5 I've got set is an old beaver slide that, since the beaver aren't here no more, they're not using it. But all these other critters sure love it, because they can walk right up there, and right on the other side, the left-hand side of that tree is where that slide goes up and down. So everything likes that pretty good. It doesn't look like anything's in a live trap. I can see the gate up on it still. I figure a warm night like this, we'd have had more than a possum so far. Normally on them warm nights, I'll have at least 1 or 2 coon. I ain't got a whole lot of traps out. I've only got about 10 or 12 traps out, but I usually have at least 1 or 2 coon and a couple possum at least. Yeah. Nothing got him. Doesn't look like anything really walked through here either. We're gonna move this one here pretty soon, yeah. That can of tuna hadn't even been touched. But yeah, you can see there's a bank den there, bank den there, another bank den over there. There was a bank den up underneath those briars over there. And these things were tearing it up down here. And over here, there's another heavy used trail there. Mainly deer though. Another bank den up underneath that tree right there. Another den, a couple of dens right there, a couple of holes for some bank dens. These things were everywhere. I mean, they were literally everywhere down through here. I wish they were still here because we'd catch them. Had a heck of a slide right here they were using. They had another slide coming from that way, going back to the main hole over here where they were staying. But not a bad little area. They didn't have a huge dam unless somebody come and busted it that I didn't know about. Which is a good possibility. Yeah, that little short levee there is what their dam was holding water back up in this area we just walked through. But it's not doing a whole lot now with no water getting up in here. And I'm sure it was quite a bit bigger at one time. But we'll go on down, and we got a couple of coyote and bobcat sets we're going to check next. See if we got just another coyote moving last night before that rain hit. Stay tuned. So I'm down here at the site where we kind of dumped some of our trash down here, and we burn it off regular just to get rid of everything and keep it from piling up. But I come down here one day with kids kind of exploring around, and we found a den up under a pile of this trash that was used pretty regular. It was fresh dirt kicked up all the time, so I come and set it dog proof thinking it may have been a raccoon holed up in there, but no. Never got anything, and I still don't have anything in the dog proof. Something knocked it over the day before yesterday, but didn't get my bait out. But it looked like I seen some black fur sticking out of that 220 from up top of the hill. So I think we got a skunk living in there. It smelled real skunky down here. So maybe we got him. Something tripped that 220 the other day, but didn't quite get it off. Let's see, dog proof still set, nothing in it. Let's see. Nope. Nope, but no. See, there's quite the hole where something is living up in there. Not quite sure what, but something is. So, darn it. Well, we've got him fenced pretty good, so hoping I had him sticking out there. No luck today, but you can definitely smell the skunk smell around here, so that's all right. Well, we'll go back up and we'll come check again another day. See what happens tomorrow. This is where I got that big coyote the other day. First coyote I caught on the trap. Excited about this. I brought another 550 down here in case there's one circling. Get another one circling. Get a chance of two of them. There today. Digging. I brought some feathers down here. I got rid of a couple of roosters to one of my neighbors last night, and my wife pulled some feathers out, grabbing a hold of him, so we kind of decorated up here. Looked good last night until it got rained on. But yeah, this is the one I caught that one coyote sitting in, so kind of fenced him off a little bit. Some rabbit scat sitting there, and we took his and left it there, and then there was, it looks like one came through last night because this looks like a fresh spot where one of them's urinated over here. Let's see, there's some more rabbit droppings there, so they're walking through looking for these rabbits sitting around here. These rabbits are down here eating green pine needles. They're eating this fresh green grass that's down here, so coyotes travel through here. They've got a trail that runs from the spot over there back down through here, and they cross right over there going on to the neighbor's place. So, but didn't connect last night. It's kind of iffy with the weather, but could have been a better day. Or leaving with one possum, but it happens, you know. I got a couple of 550s I've got tripped off. I got to move. I just haven't had time to move them yet, so we'll get those moved and get them in a better spot. spot, but we got the one possum, so we'll take him back and we'll put him in there with another one I've got to clean, so we'll put him in there with him until I get some time, maybe Thursday or this weekend. But thank you guys for joining. If you like the content, I know I'm not the best narrator on everything, but if you like the content, consider subscribing and liking, and it would be greatly appreciated. Until tomorrow, we'll come back through and we'll check again, guys. Thanks for joining me.